2020 has definitely been the year of the unexpected. And for us, the month of August brought unexpected travel and natural disasters. We flew out of Pensacola International Airport the morning of August 27th as Hurricane Laura was making landfall in southwest Louisiana. We landed in Los Angeles, California. Fortunately, we weren't near the wildfires. This has been an awesome weekend. We were able to go from Thursday until Sunday to California. I had a person buy a piece of equipment and they needed some training, so they brought me out here to California, and I brought Suzanne along with me, and we've had an enjoyable time. The training only took a couple of hours on a Saturday morning, so we had Thursday to ourselves, Friday, and we'll be heading back tomorrow morning.
Earlier in the year, we had watched the television show MASH. We discovered that it was shot at Malibu Creek State Park, so we hiked back to the site. A lot of the exhibits had been burned by a wildfire 2 years ago, but it was still interesting to explore. I had never been to California, so I wanted to see the Pacific Ocean and find sea lions. Ooh, is it cold? We discovered it wasn't the time of year for sea lion sightings, but we still visited several state park beaches and explored Malibu.
Someone from Alabama told me to make sure that we visit Santa Monica Pier. As we were walking along, someone called to us and said, "Hey, there's a sea lion."
We ran over, and sure enough, there it was. There was only one, but we were able to watch it for quite a while. Every place we had planned to visit was closed due to COVID. So the next day, we decided to drive along the Pacific and stop at anything that looked interesting. It was a beautiful drive, and we ended up in Santa Barbara. We instantly fell in love with this gorgeous city and can't wait to visit again. Our trip to California wasn't at all what we had planned, but we loved every minute of it.
In 2018, I was diagnosed with cancer. I still have some lingering issues, so the night we arrived back from California, we headed to New Orleans so that I could see a specialist and have some tests done at Ochsner Neuroendocrine Tumor Clinic.
Meanwhile, our grandson and I enjoyed hanging out at an RV park located north of Lake Pontchartrain. I forgot to bring any toys, but fortunately, there were plenty of rocks to throw into the pond. He was happy to play catch with a ball I made out of paper towels, plastic bags, and duct tape. Fortunately, the locals were very friendly and eager to be his friend.
We have fallen in love with the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain and try to visit often. The best part of this trip was finding out that this grandpa is cancer-free. After arriving home from New Orleans, we boarded a plane to Des Moines, Iowa to meet with a new customer. They are farmers who also own an insulation business. As we were leaving Pensacola once again, there was a small earthquake in southern Alabama. I am the master distributor for an insulation machine manufacturer, Cool Machines. They developed a one-of-a-kind insulation vacuum called the Moab, the mother of all vacuums. It removes a large amount of insulation very quickly. It's perfect for large, long buildings. This job would have taken several hours with the standard vacuum. We finished removing the insulation from this building in just 1.5 hours.
About a month prior to our visit, this area got hit by a derecho, an intense, damaging windstorm that moves across a great distance. It is often called an inland hurricane. The area we visited sustained winds of 100 miles per hour for 45 minutes. The devastation we saw was overwhelming. Buildings were destroyed, and entire fields of corn and soybeans were lost.
My customer lost his crops because of the storm. He is now working very hard with his insulation company to help those who have also suffered great damage to their buildings. The Moab will enable him to help more people in far less time.
The day after we arrived home from Iowa, we boarded a plane for Michigan with our 3 girls and grandson. We don't have a lot of photos or video from that trip because we only had a short time to spend with family, but we were able to teach our grandson how to play hockey and had time to enjoy that beautiful state. Bright and early the morning after we arrived home from Iowa, we picked up a rental car and headed to the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
In addition to owning insulation machines, I also own Evmekna Graphics. We develop and maintain websites including video, photography, and drone footage. Our clients range from small family-owned businesses to large international corporations. On this trip, we worked with Cox Fire Systems.
We've been traveling all over the United States the last couple of weeks, and we keep waiting to find the perfect thing to take back to our grandson. We haven't found anything yet, and tomorrow we're going to be home. But we think we have found the perfect thing in Texas.
Yeah, he's gonna love it. I think we're gonna like it better than he does anyway, but it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Oh my goodness, this has to happen.
Well, we just spent a little over 2 weeks in the air and on the road. Right now we are in Texas, coming back from a customer, website client this time. I sell machines, I have my own websites, and I also have websites for some other clients. And this particular person installs fire extinguishers, fire alarms for large companies. And we had an opportunity to meet with him, go over his website and his content, as well as make him a video, which we'll show you shortly too.
We had an incredible 18 days of traveling, but we were more than ready to get home ahead of Hurricane Sally and help our girls prepare their properties. We arrived home on September 13th, worked all day, and then decided to evacuate the evening of September 14th. We'll tell you more about that in a future video.